Tonight we're making a southern dish, and it's a little bit of a mouthful. Cornmeal pan-fried pork chops with apple cranberry slaw. It's delicious, you're gonna love it. Let's check out what we're making. First thing we're gonna do is turn our pan up to a medium-high heat and add a little bit of oil so we can get started on our frying. We're also gonna sneak a little bit of butter in there, just for that extra little bit of butter flavor. What we're gonna need next is pork chops. I'd recommend doing about 1 pork chop per person. Decide which kind you like, either regular cut or thin cut. I'd stay away from thick cut just because we are pan frying. And with a thick cut, what tends to happen is it gets cooked on the outside, but not on the inside for the thick cut. The thin cut and the regular cut, well, they'll all cook relatively well without being raw on the inside. Next we're going to do is get a bowl with a little bit of flour, and some cornmeal. Now what we're going to do is give that a stir together. You're going to want to go a little bit heavier on the cornmeal than you are on the flour because we're looking for, well, a cornbreaded. We're looking for a cornbreaded pork chop. Now the next thing you're going to do is season your pork chops. You can go with salt and pepper. You can go with Creole seasoning, Cajun seasoning, whatever seasonings you like. I decided to go with Old Bay because, well, my house can apparently not handle Cajun seasoning. So the spicy shall be muted, but we're still going to get a lot of flavor in there. And we're going to hit it with Old Bay, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. There is such a thing as over seasoning, but when it comes to frying, you got to go pretty far for that to be over seasoned. Make sure you season both sides. Next, dredge your pork chops in a flour cornmeal mixture, egg wash, and then the flour cornmeal mixture again. This is just to give it a little bit of an extra crunch, but not too heavy. All right, next thing you're going to do is just get a plate with a paper towel on it. That's just going to help absorb some of the grease after your pork chop's done frying. So while our pork chop's frying, we're going to go ahead and get started on our apple slaw. I'm going to need to dice half an apple, but feel free to add more if you're like my family and really like it in there. So we're going to shred a little bit of cabbage. Just check on our pork chop real quick, make sure it's coming along. I'd say it's time for a flip. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And as you can see, we got our cabbage, we got our diced apple. Next thing we're going to add is a little bit of honey, a little bit of dried cranberries, some apple cider vinegar, and then we're going to add some mayonnaise, just a little bit, because I like it to be a little bit more vinegary than I do mayonnaise-y. That's a word now. We're going to use some salt, a little bit of pepper, and just a pinch of thyme. And mix that all together. All right, that looks beautiful. Now we're going to go ahead and put these to the side, let the paper towel do its work, let it rest for a few seconds just to come together, and then we're going to go ahead and plate it up and give it a taste. So I'll see you in a second. And there you have it. It's an easy dish. One of the things I love a lot about it is you can make some of it while the other is cooking. I always love dishes like that. But let's go ahead and take a taste. It's delicious, it's crunchy, full of pork goodness. And it pairs wonderfully with the apple cranberry slaw. You guys are going to like this. Maybe add a little bit of mustard to dip it in on the side. Again, this is one of those things, easy weeknight meal. You're frying your pork chops while you're getting the coleslaw done. Can't ask for much more simplicity than that. And if you enjoyed this recipe and you want to try it out, make sure you hit the like, share, comment, subscribe. Make sure you're following. And as always, thank you for cooking with me.